Huh. Okay, launch options. I can't tell if it's showing up on screen. Okay, yeah, there it is. In, like, the stream preview thingy on the stream manager on my iPhone. In the Twitch app, which is the outdated version, and bouncy balls. Huh. I was actually looking at the load save, the load screen, like, of curiosity, and I guess my save file from the demo is completely gone anyway. Welcome to Geneforge. Select one of the 3 character types to the left. Use the text box to change your name. When you're ready, press the OK button. Shapers are skilled at magic and unmatched their ability to create powerful creatures. However, they are physically frail. A Shaper will have to rely on its creations for protection, because a light breeze can kill them instantly. Guardians are the defenders of the Shapers. The tanks, if you will. They are highly skilled in melee combat and can create creatures to aid them in assault. However, their magical skills are otherwise weak. Agents travel around on the command of the Shapers and solve problems, usually violently. Their magic and weapon skills are strong, but they are not good at creating creatures. Agents tend to be hard to play, because creating creatures is the whole point of the game. My name is, of course, Orb. Let's go with normal. The Shapers are the oldest, most respected, most secretive, and most powerful of the magical sects. They have the power to create life. The Shapers can make new life forms from nothing but organic matter and pure magic. They can mold this life to serve any purpose, be it light housework or major warfare. The Shapers guard the secrets of their powers very closely. To learn their techniques without permission is a course speedy death at the hands of a guardian in the day or an agent in the night. For example, there is this one guy called Plankton. After years of work, study, and testing, he will finally be accepted into the Shapers. It is the greatest of honors. You will spend your life advancing their will and learning their secrets. First, you must complete your apprenticeship. You must spend 5 years out in a Shaper colony on a remote island, watching their work and aiding their research. The journey is 2 weeks long. You travel on a living craft, a specially modified drake that will sail you to your destination. After a week's journey, you pass close to a small island. Your chart identifies it as Susha Island. It is bordered by the Shapers, forbidden for unknown reasons. It's because somebody left the oven on. Dangerous accidents, valuable secrets. Visiting it is punishable by death. You watch Susha Island, wondering what secrets lie there. You thus fail to notice the warship off to the east. Your craft cries out in alarm, alerting you. The ship is of an unfamiliar style. It instantly fires a long spear at your craft. The razor-sharp bolt strikes your drake in the neck. It roars in anger and breathes a wall of fire at your attacker. It strikes the enemy's sails and sets them ablaze. The battle takes only seconds. Your living craft founders, mortally wounded, dropping you into a war. Almost like you shouldn't have used a living boat instead should have just used a normal one. Your equipment sinks into the depths. You start to sink to the rough waves, but with one last effort, your living craft saves you. Bleeding, dying, it drags you towards Susha Island. You grab onto a crumbling dock, barely conscious. Your craft slumps against the stone, dying. You're left alone, abandoned on a forbidden shore, marooned on Susha Island. Welcome to Geneforge. These messages will pop up to help you learn to play a game. Your character is on the dock. Select the nearby space to move to it. I guess that's like my drake. It looked more green in the intro, but I guess it's dead now, so... You stagger off of the dock, weakened to the point of collapse by your desperate swimmer. After a few minutes, you manage to regain enough of your senses to look around. You're on the south coast of this mysterious island. However, apart from the fact that this isle was declared barred by your people, you know nothing about it. You wish you had already started your shaping training. Islands are generally barred because of a failed experiment and the presence of horrible rogue creations. Worrying. Fortunately, except for the lapping of the waves on the base of the dock, all is quiet. If you're going to be devoured, it won't be soon. However, you are still stranded and desperately weak as well. Fortunately, the beach stretches off to the east. Maybe you can find supplies and help. Okay. Try moving the cursor to the edge of the screen. Notice how view shifts. This is how you look around. You can also change the view by selecting spots on your own map. Or you can, like, click and drag. Currently walking... There's an old ratty cloak on the ground in front of you. It looks like it's been there a while, and it's not very clean. However, you're wet and cold enough to whine. To wear it, you'll first have to pick it up. Press the Get button, pictured above, or type G. Then select the cloak to get it. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a healthy piece of real estate! There's a tunnel to the north, bolted to the side of the hill. Your guess is that it's a storeroom or warehouse. Usually one is placed near the docks of a settlement. The structure is crumbling. Your guess that's been abandoned for at least a century, probably 2. Maybe even 3 or 4. Certainly not 5, that would be ridiculous. After all these years, most of the goods inside are probably useless. You still might be able to scavenge something useful. Okay. Gimme some bones! There's a door below you and to the left. Most doors open when you get close to them. Hold on. Most doors open when you get close to them. Ours are opened by pulling levers. Walk up to the door and, when it opens, go through. Select the glowing canister on the R side and you'll get a pleasant surprise. It's full of swamp water! There's an office to the west. The shelves on the wall have nothing on them but dust. The cabinet in the back corner, however, might contain something useful. Click on the box or case to search it. Be sure to search the cabinet. Seriously, you should totally do it. It'll be funny. Oh boy, an art cloak. Now I can, like, layer and stuff. The box contains a variety of papers. You rifle through them eagerly, hoping for clues to where you are or what might have caused this island to be barred. It's no use! The papers crumble at your touch. Beneath the papers, though, you find something interesting. It's a brass key, none the worse for wear for its long concealment. You take it. Inside this small chamber, you find several cylindrical containers. They look like canisters, each about 4 foot high. The sides are made of thick, carefully blown glass. Most of them have been broken, and the contents are long lost. One of them, however, is still intact, filled with delicious swamp water. Inside you see a glowing fluid. It swirls and moves about, seemingly under its own power. It looks like it is, in its own way, alive. It probably is. You have seen similar objects. The shapers can store essence concoctions filled with life energy, which heal or energize those in need. This must be something like that. There's a sharp metal needle emerging from the top. If you let it poke the palm of your hand, the substance will emerge and energize you. In your weakened state, it seems hard to resist. The temptation to drink. When you open the canister, You're suddenly struck by a dizzy spell, driving you to your knees. It's not caused by hunger or fear. I mean, okay, I guess it's like dizzy spell instead of dizzy spell. Whatever. It's not caused by hunger or fear, but by effects of the strange substance in that canister. The essence-infused emerald goo didn't heal or revive you like you expected. It changed you. It's like it soaked into your skin and rewrote some of your very being, making you stronger. A strange urge, an instinct seizes you. You extend your fingers and focus. Tiny trails of flame shoot out of them. Magic! Actual magic! What would have taken years of training, you learned to do in an instant. You then turn directly towards the player and say, "Well, that just happened," and then shrug your shoulders. Is very amusing. Is exhilarating and at the same time utterly alien. You had no idea that your people could do something so wonderful, and you feel a deep compulsion to find more of these canisters. The canisters are your main way of gaining new abilities while on Susha Island. You can now cast Firebolt. The path forward into the island is blocked by a thick stone door, marked with the symbol of the Shapers. When you get close, your skin tingles. Complex magical protections are in place. You hear a soft, reassuring voice. Bing! Susha Island has been barred by Shapers. For more information, send your request to the Council. Only full Shapers are allowed entry. Shaper qualities have been detected within you. You may pass. Do not remove or interact with any. And then the voice cuts out. Strange. Okay. Ghost! There's a shade standing in front of you. It is a hazy, insubstantial humanoid. It works and twists in the light breeze, which is so remarkable that it makes you completely stop thinking about the thing you were already thinking about, which was the door to the north. You suspect that a strong wind would tear it apart. It hovers in the air, staring at you. Just shading. Though you can't make out any features, you can clearly tell that it's watching you. Special encounters like this one give you several actions or things to say or choose from. Select the response below or type the number next to it. I have been shipwrecked on this island. Can you help me? The shade does not respond. It continues to watch you. An insect flies through it, slightly disturbing its misty surface. This is strange. Sometimes shades like this are ghosts. Other times they are spies or scouts, woven from essence by a shaper to explore, learn, return, and report. Are you a ghost? The shade does not respond for a moment. Then it starts to move slowly towards you. Then it begins to break apart, as if the motion was too much for it. It dissolves rapidly in the warm sunlight. You are alone in the clearing. Okay. The door north is locked. The door inside the guard post will open it, but only if you can find a key. Doors can be unlocked with the right key by having enough mechanic skill, or by using enough living tools on them. Pull lever. Lever pull. Now you have made some progress, you should save the game. Saving the game creates a snapshot of your progress. Later, you can load the save game and continue where you left off. This is apparently something that the player is not expected to already know. To save the game, press the settings button and select save game or type Ctrl S. Save often. You never know when you might get killed. You can type F3 to make a quick save and F4 to load the quick save slot. Finally, the game saves for you automatically whenever you enter a new area. If you die, you can always load the autosave game. Okay. Was it? Okay. Whoops. There are quick use buttons at the bottom of the screen. Press one to assign an ability or item to it. You can then use that ability very quickly. And just look at all these slots. These are probably the barracks for some guardians or agents. They were abandoned years ago. The beds have rotted away and there is trash everywhere. Whoever was here left very quickly. 2 chests were left behind. One helpful feature when... Wait, what did I say? One helpful feature. When you want to see a description of a creature, item, or ability, hold your fingertip on it. Just poke it. Poke, 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 poke. Okay, so what it actually wants you to do is right-click. Once again, you find you are not alone. There is a roamer just ahead, watching you. A roamer is a creation. It is a creature invented and improved by your people for use as a scout or an attack dog. Since it is a creation, it should be naturally inclined to obey you. However, this creature isn't servile to you at all. It doesn't look hostile, it's just staring. It is an eerie feeling, being watched by a creation this way. Creations have always obeyed you mindlessly before. Wow, it's almost as if they're like some sort of wild animal or something, I know. It's clear that, whatever this island is, Shapers have been here. However, if this island is full of rogue creations, you may have a serious problem. When you get close to a roamer, it sniffs at you. Then it gets nervous and runs away. Odd. You immediately recognize this place. It was an inn, where visitors and travelers could stop for steaks, drinks, and sleep. The crumbling roasting pit still dominates the center of the room. You're getting confused. This island was once fully settled. Why? Most islands are barred because of experiments gone awry, and most such experiments are performed by very small labs in crude cores, safely far from society. There's no way anything like that could happen in a place where people were actually living. You've seen warehouses, guard posts, and now an inn. At one point, a lot of shapers lived here. Now they're all gone. Why? What could have driven so many of your people off? And what took their place? I like pulling levers. Felt. I can just sell this with no consequences. Most people in Shaper society eat food with a simple bowl and spoon. The Shapers are concerned with much more lofty pursuits than mere cuisine. Those chefs in there are, like, making decent food. During calmer moments, you sometimes pause to reflect on Susha Island's dire need for an effective recycling program. Wait, I have no reason not to take these. Looking to the north, you can see that you are not alone on this island. Though you were worried about horrible mutant creations, the next creatures you encounter are nowhere near so terrifying. It is a flock of orcs. The orc is a shaper creation. It's a slow, clumsy livestock animal, hardy and laden with meat. Shapers created them to stock lands unfriendly to non-created animals, such as apparently this one. You notice that these orcs have large tusks, probably added by the Shapers to protect them from predators. Fortunately, they are likely to leave you alone if you leave them alone. Because I guess they would need protection from the predators that would, be there on places that are inhospitable, which is why they exist in the first place. Somebody probably just thought it'd look cool. Shapers grow these thorns on specially bred bushes. They're loaded into batons and fired at enemies. If you try to fire an unloaded baton, you'll automatically reload it with thorns in your inventory. Very convenient. Okay, time to find some living tools. I wonder what Logan Paul is up to. You've reached the northern edge of this region. You can see more of the settlement to the north. When you're ready to move on, step on the area shaded blue. You will then be on the world map. To travel to a new region, select it, and then select Travel. To make things easier, the next section will be automatically selected for you. You're already regaining your strength and feeling more confident. In the next section, you will learn about spells and combat. Good luck! Your adventures are just beginning. Okay. You have not yet learned to make creations. You learn about creations by using the glowing canisters you find in the ruins. Are you ready to leave this region? Yeah, I can always come back. The Abandoned Vale. Now entering Abandoned Vale. There's a huge stone hall just ahead. It is still intact and soft lights glow inside. Your skin tingles. There was more shaper magic inside. Walking on dry land is refreshing. The strange essence canister continues to work changes in you. Your strength is slowly returning. Defeating foes and finishing quests gives you experience. You know how... You know how experience points work, come on. Press this button to train your character. Let's see. You immediately recognize this large building for what it was. A shaping hall. There had to be one of them on this island somewhere. Here, the shapers on this island use magic and force of will to make creations, for both utility and battle. Amazingly, this building is mostly intact. Shapers build things to last. You can see energizing pools in the side chambers. Holes in the ceiling allow light to shine on them, keeping them alive. The goo inside each pool is a semi-living essence-charged algae, capable of drawing energy from the air and the sun. If you stand near a pool, you'll be able to replenish your health or essence, depending on which pool you select. In the corners of the hall, you can see two glowing glass canisters. The essence mixture churns and glows within, ready to give you power! Essence is represented by the green bar to the right of your main character's graphic in the roster. You use Essence to make creations and custom more powerful spells, like healing. When you spend Essence to cast spells, you get it back by returning to town or by approaching an Essence pool, like the one nearby. However, making creations reduces the maximum amount of Essence you could have. If you have a total of 30 Essence, for example, and you make one Fiora which costs 10 Essence, then your new maximum is 20. You can't get the other 10 back until a Fiora dies or you absorb it. It is up to you whether to make a lot of weak creations, a few strong creations, save your Essence for spells, or mix up to 3. Geneforge makes all of these options viable. We are absolutely certain of it. But what about this one? Hold on. To survive on Susha Island, you'll probably need to make creations to fight for you, especially if you're playing a Shaper. When you use the canisters in the first Shaping Hall, you'll learn to create a Fiora, a small fire-breathing lizard. To make a Fiora, you'll need at least one level of fire shaping skill. Happily, you start with this. Very convenient. Each creation has a minimum shaping skill needed to make it. To make a creation, press the plus button in your roster. You'll then spend some of your essence to make your servant and improve its skills. The more essence you spend on one of your skills, the less you'll have left to create more of them. You can create up to 7 servants. When you spend essence to make your creation, you can't get it back until a creation dies or you reabsorb it. The road comes to a dead end here. A thick wall of trees and undergrowth has completely overgrown it. Way to go, you came all this way for absolutely nothing. As you walk down this path, you feel on edge. Your shaper training is up to attuned to sensing certain sorts of magic. Hostile creations lurk ahead. It might be a good idea to make your own creation to aid you. Yeah, too bad I didn't think of that, right? Soon you'll have to fight your first battles. There are several rogue Fioras ahead. Best tactic to defeat them depends on what sort of character you picked. Since you're playing a Shaper, you should make at least one Fiora to help you. You'll have to depend on your creations to advance. Yeah? You find a sign that the evacuation of this island was not completely orderly. There's a body here. It's barely more than a skeleton. It's been here for a long time. Based on its garments, you think it was a Shaper. Most of the body's clothes and equipment have rotted away, but a few items are still intact. Oh. Can't equip this item. Minimum melee skill 1. Welp. Into the junk bag you go. Hey, Fiora. I'm selecting you. You may be about to enter battle. Maybe. It's possible that this tutorial pop-up is just here to mess with you. Who can say? During combat, you and your foes will take turns moving and attacking. You can leave combat when your foes are distant or dead. To attack a foe, select the spaces and again. To use all your abilities against an enemy, press the Use Ability button. Oh, right. There's a Fiora standing on the path ahead. It's a very common model of creation. Shippers have made them for centuries to serve as bodyguards, watchdogs, and even pets. This one, however, doesn't have the usual expression of servility and obedience. It doesn't look at you with pure respect. Instead, it is drooling, as if it sees you as food. You've heard tales of creations which have turned on their creators, have gone rogue, but it only rarely happens. When it does, the work is instantly destroyed. This Fiora has spent years free of Shaper control. It bares its teeth at you, daring you to step forward. I may have made a mistake. Whoops. Quarantine Hall. All arrivals and departures must be with serve in mind before proceeding. Quarantine halls were generally placed between the docks and the main research facilities. These rooms must go on for quite a ways. This was a storage warehouse. Well, it still is, but now instead of housing useful supplies, it holds old trash and rotten sacks. On the counter to the west, something useful remains. There's several thorn batons. Most are dried up and dead, but one looks like it's still alive. Thorn batons are one of the Shaper's most ingenious creations. They're a mix of living and inert matter. Plants, mixed with a touch of metal, grown in a metal frame, capable of firing a large, sharp thorn with high velocity. When unused, they go into hibernation and can live for a long time. Most of the batons abandoned in this room have died, but one managed to survive. It is also known as a gun. You are in a room of a quarantine hall. It is not entirely abandoned. You see another feral creation in the far corner. A thin, mangy thought is leaning against a pillar, barely recognizing its surroundings. The bones of its prey layer the floor around it. A pathetic creature, but dangerous. If you keep your distance, you might be able to slip around it. Some encounters can be evaded with stealth. Foes only notice you if you get close enough. A question mark warning will appear when you're close to being noticed. Raise your stealth skill to reduce the distance where they can detect you. Each round, your character gets a base of 8 action points. If you have any action points left, you can do any actions. Doing things consumes action points, and when you are out, your turn ends. Moving and doing actions uses them up. Moving a space costs 1 point. Using an item costs 5 action points, and attacking or using an ability costs 9. When you are next to a foe, you can only move 1 space for the rest of your turn. To end your turn early, select the space your character is in, or press the spacebar. The order in which characters act in combat is determined by their speed. The more agility and quick action skills a character has, the faster it will act. Armor and weapons are heavy. Heavy equipment reduces your number of action points. Increase your strength to increase what you can equip without penalty. Or just dump all of your points into, like, I don't know, evasion or something. Like, play however you want. This was the quarantine rain call. People wishing to enter or leave Susha Island through this port waited here to be questioned and inspected by a servant maid. And a servant mind. Sure enough, the mine is still here, resting to the north. You marvel at the skill of the Shapers, who shaped these remarkable creatures. They were given remarkable lifespans. The thing is still alive. A servant mine is a very specialized and useful sort of creature. Once grown, it never moves again. It spends its life in a stone crib made to fit it. Once there, it spends its entire life thinking, remembering, analyzing, and advising the Shapers. As you approach, you can see the creature struggle to rouse itself from its slumber. Seems likely that it's eager for company after its years here. You carefully approach the serpent mind, unsure how its long solitude has affected its brain. Fortunately, its eyes are clear and bright, and its body appears whole. It is the massive, lumpy skull characteristic of these strange creations. Welcome, Shaper. I am Mind Tavet, it says, reflexively reading from an internal script centuries old. Do you wish to pass through quarantine? You're alright. You've been here for a long time. I'm functioning properly. I can still do what I was made to do. You don't mind waiting here for so long? I am functioning properly. I can still do what I was made to do. I was not made to have our thoughts. My head is empty. I have another question. I'm eager to assist you further, Shaper. Do you wish to pass through quarantine? This is what I asked before. This mind must have very limited programming. What happened to this island? Why was it barred? I am sorry, Shaper. I am limited in the scope of my knowledge. When I was left here, I was given no further information or instructions. How long has it been since someone came through here? You were the first since I was abandoned. How long ago were you abandoned? I do not know. I spent all that time in hibernation. The decay of my internal organs indicates that the time was well over a century. I am sorry that I cannot be more precise. Why was Sushi Island abandoned? I do not know. I know a little of its purpose, but nothing of why I was left here for so long. What was the purpose of this island? Research. Not the most useful answer you could have hoped for. I have another question. Will I have to do a path through quarantine? Allow me to inspect you carefully. If I judge that you have no threatening infections or concealed rogue creations, I will unseal the door to the north so that you may pass. Please allow me to pass through quarantine. The creature looks at you carefully. It makes a low, soft humming noise. You don't feel anything, but you suspect some sort of magical augmentation is allowing the creature to analyze you in minor detail. Eventually, the noise ceases. Tabbet says, I find no reason to impede your progress further. The exit door will open at your approach. That is all I need from you. Thank you, Shaper. I will rest and conserve my energy. A black wind howls. It calls to me. Take a stupid risk. It'll be fun. Alright, my minion. While I'm being punched in the face repeatedly, you kill. Excellent, we make a great team. On this side of the quarantine hole, you can see another flock of orcs, watched over by a servile. Serviles are one of the greatest Shaper creations. They are the most common and valued servants of your people, intelligent, hardy, obedient, and featured each hands with opposable thumbs. They are also easily controlled. If there are serviles here, this island must not be as savage as you feared. Servals are weak and easily cowed creatures. If there were any real threat here, they would have been quickly wiped out. Your emergence from this hall is clearly the last thing this serval expected. He looks terrified at first, then curious. He leaves his flock behind to run his feet with you. He probably wants fresh orders. Okay. The serval boldly walks up to you. You inspect each other. It seems to be the same design of creation with which you're completely familiar. Same hunched posture, number of limbs, and so on. It looks very surprised to see you. However, it doesn't have the attitude of immediate obedience you have come to expect. It seems more curious than anything. After a few awkward seconds of staring, it speaks. I don't think I'm mad. It's a Shaper. A Shaper has come at last. Oh, it's been years. Years since anyone's come through the door. Shaper has come. It's so wonderful. Oh, but where are my manners? I am Timo. I'm a shepherd. I graze my orcs here because nobody comes here. Oh, I must go to Akuri. So many people, Shaper has come at last. Tell me about Vakiri. It's our humble village. He points east. It's that way, not far. Not far. I should tell him his Shaper has come at last. Our home is humble and small, but with no Shapers around, we did what we could. There are no other Shapers here? Imo grows even more nervous. I do not know. You're the only one. You're the Shaper. You're a return that we can serve. He seems somewhat reticent about saying that last word. You need food or a safe place to rest. They may not be a Shaper, but a Guardian or an Agent. All three sects are generally referred to by the outside world as Shapers. This allows us to only write one set of dialogue for all three characters. I do not require your total obedience. I only need to leave the English silent. Timo looks incredibly relieved. Of course, we Survivors will be glad to help you in any way we can. It's our way. We thank you, my Shaper, for your kindness. I'll be moving on then. Yes, Shaper. Timo steps out of your way, completely unsure of what to do next. His entire world just changed in a moment. Now you have crossed this zone, it has been cleared. You'll be able to pass through it on the world map. If you want to review your notes or be reminded of your current quests, press the journal button. You'll be able to review special items you have found, dialogue you have recorded, codexes you have learned, and quests you have been given. This is the end of the tutorial. Now you can travel to Vakiri, start learning more about what has been happening on Suja Island, and hopefully begin to find your way off it. Well, the tutorial is over, so I'm going to take a bit of a break here. Mrs. Crow have such a huge phone bill? She made too many long-distance calls. What's the name of the best-selling biography of 400 famous owls? Who's who? What did the owl do when his owner abandoned him? Nothing. He didn't give a hoot. What do you get when you cross 1,000 screech owls with 1,000 roosters? A big headache first thing in the morning. Sorry about that. I love the Jokelopedia. It's so bad. This is a friendly settlement. You are able to rest. You enter, for the first time, a colony of Sorviles on Susha Island. There's a good deal of astonishment on both sides. The creation seems to have done well on their own, much better than you would have suspected. They have moved into the Shaper ruins and made them their own. They have crops, shops, and garbage rolls. The Serviles, in turn, are speechless. They have clearly been without Shaper influence for many years, and they have no idea how to react. They look overjoyed, relieved, and terrified at the same time. Most of all, though, they look expectant. They watch you carefully, gauging your every move, wondering how you are going to treat them. The pride of Shapers has always completely overwhelmed that of their creations. You, however, don't have the full power of the Shapers. You are weak, tired, untrained, and alone. Fortunately, they don't seem to know that. You meet one of Akiri's guards. He is a Servile, wielding an old, dented, but very sharp sword. The guard bows nervously. Greetings, Shaper. How may I assist you? What are you guarding against? Rogue creatures are common in the woods north and east of here. We never know when some of them will stumble into Vakiri. Then we must kill them before they do harm. Where can I find any information? You should speak with Leader Kobar. He is in the feasting hall at the southwest corner of town. The guard bows once again and continues on his rounds. Okay. The Servile is working hard to grow small, green vegetables. The Serviles are doing well considering the lack of human supervision. She bows. Welcome to my humble plot of land, Shaper. What are you raising? Just simple vegetables. Not creation. It's just ordinary food. You look closer and see that she is correct. It's called a cabbage, apparently. I'm looking for information. Is there anyone here who can help me? You should talk to Learned Pinner. She points to the northwest. She lives in the building back there in the woods. Thank you, Shaper. You are very kind. Oh, This Servile woman is tending to rows of pallets in this old hall. She looks up at you strangely. There's no the expected awe and fear in her eyes. She looks at you as if you were merely another Servile. It is very strange. She says, I'm Sensia, Sensia of the Awakened. I welcome you to our humble home, Shaper. Do all of you Serviles live in this hall? No, all of Vakiri lives in your old buildings. Many of us live in these barracks, and ours, those of rank and stature, live in the private homes. I choose to live here. I like to be close to my fellow Serviles. You said that you were awakened? Tell me more. We are a sect of Serviles, led by the mighty Elra. We believe that we Serviles must stand up for ourselves, be proud, claim our intelligence and our birthright, and look to you Shapers as our equals. We know that many Shapers do not approve of this, who accept the consequences of this. If you would like to learn more, you should speak with Elra. Tell me about Elra. He is the founder of the Awakened. He is our creator. He is old now. He was the first one to stand up and tell us that we should look out for ourselves. Shapers have abandoned us. That made us free. You should speak with him. He lives to the east in the fortress past Watch Hill. And what's your job in Vakiri? Elra asked me to stay here and look after the Serviles here, to guide them. They are of the awakened, but sometimes they return to their weak old shaper-worshipping ways. Usually it is simple, but sometimes there are difficulties. Are you having difficulties now? She looks around to make sure nobody is eavesdropping. I suspect that there is a Taker spy in this village. The Takers are a dangerous rogue sect in the east. They want to foment rebellion against the Shapers. An ugly, pointless war. Sometimes they attempt to stir up trouble here. If you found the spy and brought him to my attention, the Awakened would thank you. That's all for now. Oh, should have recorded that. Let's fill out the kitchen and the elite dining hall. The hearts of the village and their guests eat here. Unlike the others, this muscular servile does not fear you. Or if he does, he won't show it. He sizes you up, trying to figure out where you are help or a threat to the serviles under his care. A sword hangs from his belt, which is shocking. Serviles are not allowed weapons. He bows to you. A very short, sharp motion. All the time keeping his eyes on you. Welcome to our home. I'm Leader Kobar, proud awakened and the chosen leader of the tribe of Vakiri. It is a pleasure to have the Shapers among us again at last. Ding 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 ding! Ding ding ding! You could not fail to notice the way Kobar emphasized the word leader, or lack of enthusiasm he put into saying the last sentence. And tell me about Vakiri. After Shapers abandoned us, we started a struggle for survival. Most were unable to live without your commands. Some of us were selected by cruel nature to be allowed to survive. We have formed 3 villages on Susha Island that I know of. You know little of the wild northern half of the island. I wish to learn more of Susha Island. Why was it abandoned? I deal with the now and the future. I leave it to ours to worry about that past. You should talk to Lauren Pinner. He points to the northwest. She loves her kind more than is safe. She will gladly save all of her limited knowledge share all of her limited knowledge with you. What are the other villages that you know of? To the east there is Pentil. They are a feckless lot, servile and weak. You will like them. Past Pentil is Cask. You may wish to avoid them. They are martial and they have no love for Shapers. They hate you and fear you. A volatile combination. Oops. Don't know about the north half of Susha Island? To the north is Harsh Wasteland, full of rogue logs and flesh. There we do not go. The northeast is full of mountains, well protected by Shaper creations and traps. Beyond we cannot go. In those places you might find anything. That's all for now. Okay, it only lets you pen something down once. This Sarboil is as muscular as a thought. She's a massive creature, all the more remarkable when you consider that Serviles were not made for feats of strength. She knows how surprised you are by her physique. I am Brodus. I'm the Vakiri Blade. I defend the Serviles here from all threats. She puts the extra emphasis on the all. If you mean as peace, I welcome you on behalf of myself and the Awakened. You defend against all threats? Even me? I do not believe that you wish to threaten us. I am not some taker to believe that the Shapers are always evil. But be warned, if you threaten us, your powers will not stop us from acting against you. Your blade? What does that mean? It means I defend the Serviles here from all threats. I am the leader of the guard and the first to fight. And with all the threats we have faced recently, I am kept very busy. What sort of threats do you face? They're the rogue creations. They are all around. They appeared recently, mysteriously, and they plague us. Neither Kobar can tell you more about them if you're interested. They're also bandits. They are extra weight. Our load grows too heavy to bear. I can help. We hope that when you Shapers return, you could help us. But I do not think your help will make us. But do not think your help will make us willingly return to servitude. There's a tribe of Inutal servile bandits in the north. They are strong fighters and cunning. They raid us. They take our food and weapons and wealth. They do not kill, but they take our food. It is a struggle. And their raids. If you have to kill them all to do it, so much the better. We can't destroy them without losing many of our own. But you have the powers of a Shaper. You should be able to destroy them with no difficulties. There's a pack of Inutal serviles? Yes, I know you see all of us as rogue. These bandits are worse. We Awaken will deal with you, Shaper. The rogues will hunt and kill you. Can I maybe... where do these bandits come from? Some of the 3 servile villages develop poorly. They don't fit in. They have to be expelled. The Inutal, they are called. You're familiar with it. It is a Shaper term. Some Inutal form peaceful settlements. Ours are full of rage and greed. They hunt. Can I maybe deal with the bandits? They are foul brigands. They make our children go to bed hungry. For once, the way you Shapers treat rogues will be appropriate. I have another question. Your blade? What does that mean? It means I defend the serviles here from all threats. I'm the leader of the guard, and the first to fight. Now, with all the threats we have faced recently, I'm kept very busy. Yawn. There's a small servile girl here, standing in a meeting place for her serviles. She has a stick in her hand, and she is watching over a few fat orcs. She watches you curiously as you approach. She has no idea who or what you are. She says, "Hello, stranger, I'm Liatz. Are you watching these orcs?" "Yes, they keep me back here so I don't play too close to where monsters are, and they make me watch the orcs so I don't get bored." "Aren't the orcs dangerous?" She whacks one with her stick, makes an annoying moving sound and shovels away. "Not to me." "What are the orcs for?" "So silly. What else would they be for? They aren't proper smart people like serviles." I have another question. Do you know who I am? I don't know, but I haven't had much to learn yet. I'm sorry. I'm a Shaper. My people made your people. It's very confusing to her. She clearly doesn't understand what she means, but she wants to be polite. Oh, that was very nice of you. Shapers, you know, everything. That's really, interesting. Something's wrong with her. Bye. She starts poking an orc with a stick. He ignores her. Servile's ability... Serviles built many area. The Serviles have built a meeting area here. The grass is heavily trampled. They've been gathering here frequently of late. You meet one of the curious guards. He has a Servile, wielding an old, dented but very sharp sword. The guard bows nervously. "Green Shaper, how may I assist you?" I'm good. Clacket no secret. A young dirty servile walks up to you and looks you in the eye. "I Clacket. Glad see. Me no thing. Secrets." His attitude is not what you're used to, but he uses the sort of speech you have come to expect from serviles. This is how they usually talk. Why don't you talk like the other serviles? I smart like them. I know dumb. I know talk shaper. Not like you. I servile talk. Choice. What sort of things do you know? I travel. Listen. Talk. Learn lots. Want to help you. Know what servile think of you. Know you crime if you crime. No secrets. What sort of crimes have I committed? Servile will not know you. Servile see big clumsy shaper. Maybe rogue or not. We wait and see. What does serviles think of me? Servile not know you. Not know you want servile free, not free. We listen. Listen hard. Why'd you learn so much? Clacket walks. Town to town. Through wilds. Servile hate our servile. All servile like Clacket. Share secret to all. Send news. Useful. Get food for it. I have another question. I want to learn secrets. You shaper. Want you happy. You ask, I talk. Where can I find a bow? Leader Kobar. He point right way. Why was this on barred? Learn Pinner. She knows where you go learn secret. My craft was attacked. Who dead? There are invaders on this isle. That what I know. Know no more than that. Secrets answered to east. What's around here? East are two villages. First is servants, next is danger. First is deadly desert with many rogue creatures. Be afraid there. All for now. Clacket no secret. Oh, hey, Goo. How's it going? You could say that you're good. But you need people for a Shrine 3v3 beta. Well, how long does it last until? Monday. I should be able to do it sometime tomorrow before our loaf starts. We learned your secrets. This serval's robes are heavily stained. Alright then. And places dissolved. This little house is packed with equipment and supplies to make pods and spores. Even considering what you've already seen, this is a little shocking. Working magic, even alchemy, is reserved for shapers alone. The serval bows to you, completely unashamed. He says, "Welcome, shaper. Welcome at last. I am Ham. Welcome to my home. You know I'll make pods? How? I'm glad you asked. When your shapers left, you left behind many things, like equipment, and a skull. This was long ago. We have had many years to study rings and artifacts. We had no choice. It was for survival. You should be proud to have achieved so much. Ham beams with pride. I'm so grateful that you think so. Though I am awakened, I still have a great deal of respect and admiration for your kind. Thank you for your techniques and good example. Where do you find our artifacts? They're all over. He points to the box in the corner. I found that in some ruins recently, but I can't get the lock open. He thinks. We Awaken believe in fair trades. If you can find a way to get that box open, I'll pay you for your time. I'm sure you could use some more supplies. Why don't you just smash it open? Like, get a big hammer and just smash, 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 smash. Because some of your artifacts are very fragile. If they break, much can be lost. Also, sometimes your artifacts explode when shaken. Did you try picking the lock? Of course. It's too complicated. You'll need to use living tools. Several of us have a hard time using those. They don't respond to us well. I have another question. Need to buy any supplies? Now, I could use some supplies too. This game needs the Luigi logic. What? Luigi logic? Ham has achieved a dangerous level of mastery of skills normally reserved for shapers. While this is worrying, you can't deny that his stock could be extremely useful in your travels on this island. Oh. For some reason I never got around to pre-ordering that. Is it better than Paper Jam? From what I heard about that game. Oh, living tools. Finally, a chance to buy some popular YouTubers. These are ruins of another shaping hall. Here, shapers built the creatures this town needs to function. They make fjords and thoughts for defense, orcs to breed, and so on. You meet a withered, bent servile, at least a century old. They are designed to live for a long time, but this one is setting a record. When she sees you, she is overwhelmed with emotion. The servile must exert great effort to keep from breaking down. She stares up at you with awe, as if gods walk the earth now. Maybe they do. With a trembling voice, she says, "Welcome back, Shaper. I am Learned Pinner. Welcome to my home. Welcome at last." Why is everyone so in awe of me? She's confused. You were one of our creators. You made us serviles, and you can make us disappear. All we have and are, we owe to you. Your disappearance has been difficult for us, and we don't know how we should treat you. Well, it looks like you're doing very well here. I don't want to interfere. She's pleased. You're very kind. I'm sure many here will be relieved. For few, your arrival has caused terror. Most of us love you, of course. I have another question. Why are you called Learned? It's a mark of respect for my people. I've been alive for many years. I know much history. I will share it with you if you want. Your kind has been away for very long. Why is Susha Island barred? Why was it abandoned? We do not know. Your kind left a century ago. They left behind the serviles. They did not tell us where they fled, and why they fled. I have an idea, though, where you might get a clue of why the isle was abandoned. Where should I look? To the north, there is a large ruin. I think it was once a school, where your kind learned their arts. Such a place might still have a servant mind. A mind might have been told why Susha was abandoned. You might go there and see if the servant mind still lives. If you can learn anything from it, do so. Be careful, though. There are rogue creations in there. If there weren't, I could have gone and looked myself. A school? For you? Young shapers, we think. Not serviles. Serviles don't get schools. Why do you think a servant mine is here? I met it when I was young. Many years ago, we could enter school, before the island went wild and the rogues came. It was friendly then, but confused. Maybe you can get it to talk sense. There are rogues here? Many, old and barred, like most of the rogues. They hunt their own lands and leave us alone. But you'll have to pass through them to reach the mind. I have another question. I found some very strange artifacts on this island. Containers full of goo. Do you know anything about them? Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I think you mean the canisters. The large glass cylinders with the glowing matter inside. I also have the fragments of them in the back room. They were created by the shapers here before they left. What are they for? I've never seen one before. The shapers made them here on this island. We serviles do not use them. Letting them infect us kills us instantly. I've seen it. She winces, turning her face into a maze of wrinkles. We fear your shaper creations. We avoid them. I've used one. It changed me. It made me more powerful. Are they dangerous? I do not know. I see nothing unusual about you. If you use more of them, I can look at you and see if I see a change. Another question. I require a boat to escape from the island. Do you know where I can find one? You should find and speak with Layer Kowar. Anyone here will upset you on. This serval is large and round under her robe, far more than you have ever seen. Unusual. When she sees you, she grins, showing a mouthful of healthy teeth. When she bows to you, you notice that she wears gold rings and a jeweled necklace. Clearly some serviles are wealthier than others. Welcome, Shaper, she says. I'm Drita Fakiri, recently of Pentil. You're from Pentil? Up until recently. Then I came here. I wished to join the Awakened. I was tired of the serviles of Pentil and their obeyer gibberish. We were originally made to serve, yes, but that time has passed. We obey mindlessly no longer. Tell me about the obeyers. They believe that Shapers are the true masters and that to be happy, they must follow and obey you in all things. They came here to claim fealty to Awakened. We believe that we must rise and face you Shapers as equals. We know that there is risk in this path, but we also know that it is what we must do. You belong to the Awakened now? Yes, if you wish to learn more of the Awakened, find Sentia. She works in the main barracks. She can teach you. You do not wish to serve. Why are you still called serviles? That was a difficult decision. It's the name you gave us. We do not know we should keep it. Finally, we chose to. It reminds us of who we are and where we came from. If we on this isle, we will not be servants again. I have another question. Are you wealthy? What is wealth? None of us servants are truly wealthy. All we have is what we can scavenge and what we grow. But in the sense that I have more goods to trade for things I want, I suppose I am wealthy. What sort of things do you own? She points at the door in the west wall. Well, there is an artifact back there that we serviles can't use. It would kill us. But I suspect it would be useful to you. For 200 coins, I would unlock the door for you. An artifact? What does it do? Mysteries of the Shapers. Not interested. Yet. Or Testament, or a million Zoner DLC characters. That'd be chaos. Arxis definitely likes their Zoner DLC characters. Hold on, let's see. Current quests. According to Sensia, a Servile and Valkyrie, there's a Taker spy hiding in their town. She wants to know who it is, but requires speaking with the Servile in and around town to find the clues. There's a quiet, nervous Servile lurking back in this house. We terrify her. She says in a quavering voice, hello, I'm Shroud. Why are you so nervous? You are Shaper. We are all afraid. We are afraid of how you will control us. Some show less, but we are all afraid. She closes her mouth tightly. She didn't mean to say that much. I don't want to control you. You don't have to worry about that. We're glad to hear you say it, but we will believe it when we see it. I have another question. What do you do in this village? I raise orcs. Welcome to Valkyrie. Chairs. Cole's Armory. You're accustomed to seeing expressions of greed and cunning in the eyes of humans. To see such entrepreneurial zeal in the eyes of a servile is unexpected and unnerving. The servile looks up to you eagerly. Shaper or not, this servile wants to trade. Welcome, Shaper! I'm Cole! Welcome to my trading post! Exchange goods with sentient beings all over Sushi Isle! I've never met a servile shopkeeper before. She lied, having just met one a little bit ago. Well, in the absence of Shapers, we've had to fend for ourselves. That means growing and making what we need to survive. That means trade. That means capitalism! I know both servile made goods and Shaper artifacts. I know nothing about why the Shapers left us, but thankfully, they left much behind. You trade with our settlements on Susha? Yes, I had contacts in Pentel and even Kask. We traded for a while. Then the roads were blocked by orders of rogue creations. We lost contact with the Yar merchants. If you go to Yar villages and meet serviles named Pixie and Earth, please let me know. I have plenty of supplies, and I gladly pay for useful information. Let's see what you have. Not much. Well, all signs are saying to point north. I aim to go north. You mean a short, pale servant, slumped in an old stone chair. He's clean and quiet, but he doesn't look like he has been out of this building for some time. He speaks without looking up from the floor. Welcome, Shaper. I am Nab. I've been waiting for you to come see me. What are you doing back here? I've been waiting for you to come back here and see me. I'm risking much to speak with you. I must say what I have to say. Act without instructions from my sect, because I believe it is worth the risk. I am of the Takers. I am a spy here from the village of Kask. I have come to see what the Awakened are doing. I tell you this because we wish your alliance. Now, I only wait for you. I will risk my life to remain here and see if you can help the Takers. Don't listen to the lies of the Awakened and the Obeyers. Not throw in your lot with them until you have been to Kask and seen truth. Tell me about the Takers. The Awakened here are on the right track. They're weak. Serviles must be free. There is no hope of true freedom and happiness for a servile race until we totally shed the influence of your kind. We will accept your support, though one day we must leave you behind. We hope you'll help us. With you and our other allies, we may recreate the Shaper Fist. We'll do anything to bring this about. Who are our allies? I'm forbidden to say. If I do, I'll be punished harshly. There are powerful forces on this isle, and we are linked with them. Forces that may make even the Shapers tremble. Join us, help us, and you may share in those powers too. You want me to portray the Shapers? Of course, you should. You crush the creations. You abandon us. You cruel us. You are unjust. You must betray your kind. for justice. It is a hard choice. Fortunately, we can repay you. How could you possibly repay me? This island is full of secrets, full of power. We know those who can unlock it for you. To learn more, you must give us help. I have another question. What are you doing back here? Oh, okay, this was already said. Are you ready to leave this region? Yep. You enter the wildlands north of Fakiri. You find the remnants of servile farms and camps. You also find patches of scorched land. The serviles tried to expand up here, only to be driven back by rogues. There are fewer packs all over the place, clearly visible in the patches of ground among the scrub. There is also a crudely painted sign by the road just ahead. Land of Gurk. Pass sold 10 coins. This aging servile has been left bent and scarred by his years, fending for himself in these woods. However, he still holds his blade with a steady hand. He looks you straight in the eye. Stop! I'm Gurk. He's trying to hide his fear, but even his long, harsh life has erased the servile's inbred terror of the Shapers. He barely manages to speak. This are what, Shaper? Was of Inutile. Though you are of lofty race, you still must pay the toll to pass. 10 coins or go the way you came. Gurk is only a servile, but he is an experienced warrior. We're not sure if you can beat him in a fight right now. Bruh's play of Fakiri told us about you. Yes, Bruh. She thinks she's strong. Easy to act strong there in big fort with food and no rogues. Fakiri wants you to stop the raids. Bruh's blade asked for my help. Is there any way you would leave them be? Gurk thinks for a while. Then he shakes his head. We weren't convincing enough. No trust Fakiri. They will kill us. Welp! The worst nightmare of the Inutile has come true. A Shaper has come to destroy them. You shall alarm and prepare for a final battle. They sure seem to like targeting my Fiora.
Oh!
Healing. Oops. Hmm. So, I'd say I actually took those guys on in a fight pretty well. There are probably more of them. I guess the coast is clear. I killed some of the bandits. Perhaps, but not enough. We need you to kill more of them before we can be safe. Oh, can. Beware! These woods of Gurk. Enter at peril. Oh dear. This is bad. Oh, hey. Let's see. Not enough living tools. Okay. Canister. Daze. Dazes all enemies in a circular target area. Temporarily paralyzes them, but damaging them ends the daze. Each extra point of this skill increases the effect. Yes! To rogueways. All survivors beware. Did I get all the bandits? Any survivors? Okay, was that all of them? I killed quite a few of the bandits. So you did. These are our scouts, and the bandits are in hiding. They will not be raiding us anytime soon. Thank you for your help. We have the awakened belief that we should pay for help. So should deal as equals. Serious to fate our payment for our service. She hands you a slender wand of bone, inscribed with runes. Shapers are not above using regular magical items. This baton has been carefully infused with potent magical power. Wanna buy something? Everyone wanna buy something? $118 coins. Okay, I think I might end the stream here because I'm kind of tired suddenly. I'll continue this next week. Wow, that glows really fast. Maybe I'm just used to... Ooh, Final Fantasy 5. Well, whatever. Anyway, see you on Wednesday. Bye.